What the hell are they talking about? I can't listen to this. Can't listen to it. I can't listen to it. Let's see. What could we watch? What could we watch? I know what we're not going to watch. I like this guy, Hayden Rodea. He's a pro-life guy or abortionist guy. He's been making some good videos lately. What's up, baby? What's going on? How's life? Mormons knocked on the wrong door, part 1. Did I watch this? Did I watch this? Did I watch the newest Fallen State? I think I did. Let's see. Let's find something to listen to and watch. Bum 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 bum. What you doing today, baby? How's your day going? Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, I see Freddy's over there. Watching the Bond Gossip Network. Whoa, there's a new Eminem song? Doomsday 2. I don't want to play it now. Angry Conservatives streaming the Dinesh. Is there a new Dinesh D'Souza documentary? Whoa, Stormy. What up, Stormy? Y'all can't see what I see. Do you see what I see? It's kind of meh, but almost over. Thank the Lord. Got it back to Florida on Friday. Nice. Hey. Well, you live in Georgia, so it's pretty similar to Florida already. But I love Florida. I've already watched that. Let's see. Can 3 women beat a grandmaster? Is that Botez twins? And then what's her name? Oh my God, it's all 3 of them versus 1 male grandmaster. That's funny. I bet you he murks all 3. Oh, I love Andrea. Andrea Botez.
Never underestimate the power of.
I love her.
He's going to play against all 3 of us at the same time. Let's see if any of us can win.
He's going to body all 3 of you simultaneously. This chick, I forgot her name, but I've watched her channel too. She's like, these are like the women grandmasters. It's funny that even in chess, they have to separate the men and the women. Otherwise, the women will get bodied. This guy's probably about to body all 3 of them at the same time. Pause. Yo, this is a...
If you don't finish him, I will. And if he loses, he's going to have to tweet a photo with this book. Okay.
Okay.
That's a foursome right there. That's a foursome.
Good luck.
Good luck, Danya.
And we're allowed to make moves while you're not here.
Oh, yeah,
She
absolutely.
won't expect this
We're gonna
one.
flag
You're
it.
allowed to make mistakes while I'm not there. Correct.
My pleasure and an honor.
Pleasure is all mine.
They're all making the first opening move.
We can flag
Yep.
in the one
Follow
on
on.
Same opening move for everybody.
Alekine Bortnik.
Alekine Bortnik.
I'm gonna wait for
say I
him
played
to
the
leave.
Javale.
Oh, no,
He's gone.
Andrea, can y'all see it? Y'all can't even see what I'm watching. I'm sorry. Can't see the video. This guy's beating all 3 of these chicks. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go here. There we go.
I think there's a pretty good course on it, but I don't remember who made it.
Alex Benzea.
Is this a big
Andrea's
workout for
coach.
you, Danya?
Bigger than I've had in years.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna wait for you to be gone. I'm not making.
I'm still thinking. Andrea! I forgot what I do against the chrome belt. Okay.
Okay.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Andrea, only one of us needs to win.
That's right.
Oh, right?
I'm still
I've
thinking.
been playing
I didn't
11-year-olds
have
all
time to drink
weekend.
coffee, but I'm
You see, boys, if you get good at chess, you can have 3 beautiful women and have a foursome with them, where you play against all 3 of them at the same time. Just get good at chess, young men. Play some chess, and you get the chest.
not gonna
I don't know how he already has free time. I'm already.
I've been playing the same as your whole life.
I have.
Hola,
I'm
Rome.
trying to wait for you to go to another board so I can try and.
Fred over there simping for Terry. I know. I know. No comment. No comment. My only comment is every time I go over there, it's the Bond Gossip Network. And I can't watch it because it's like,
Take some.
oh, we're just gonna talk about.
Age 4.
Bet you didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
It's weird.
The way you said.
I understand for women. If you're women, you know that's great content for women and for the ladies. You know, but I can't understand how guys can. I'll be honest. I don't understand how guys can watch any female content creator like regularly. Like I would never watch Candace Owens' show daily. Every now and then I'll watch a video with Candace Owens in it. Every now and then I'll watch a video with, you know, Lauren Southern or this girl or a debate where it's a panel and this girl's on it. But I don't think I've ever watched 2 women debate. I don't think I would watch that. I've never watched a show regularly, consistently, that was from a woman. YouTube's for guys. You know? This isn't nothing against her. This is just in general. I can't watch lady content creators. I liked Shoe on Head. And so I would watch a video every now and then. But I'm not watching all her videos. I don't have the alerts on and the notifications. I'm not watching streams from her. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't speak that language. I don't know, but
I have a feeling this is theory. And
now I could watch her all day. It's a good thing Floor's not here because I could watch her all day
I have a feeling
No,
he
Andrea.
knows more than me.
and her sister, but the younger sister is hotter.
You have to be confident.
DC.
Okay, I don't really care about this. I just want to see if he wins. I'm sure he's gonna body all 3 of them. He shook Andrea's hand. Commercial. Oh, they went on Lex Friedman. Hi, I'm Lex Friedman. Today, I'm going to look deeply. A lot of people.
Ladies, we're gonna do it. Just bear with me. Just stay with me here, okay?
Oh, Big Sister's already out. No, Big Sister's still in.
I'm the daughter of Mikhail Tal
Alright now.
and granddaughter of Mikhail Botvinnik.
You can name all the other Mikhails. You think that's gonna intimidate me?
I'm a sister of Judith Polgar.
That would be scary.
Now I resign.
I don't know who any of those people
Try
are.
Intuit TurboTax.
See, I don't get those jokes. Anyway, I think he probably wins. We're gonna beat you, boy. Listening while I'm working, so I'm not in chat. Aloha, everyone. What up, Steve? What up, Steve? Whose fault is it that you're in a bad contract? Let's see, I'm subscribed, so I went over there once and said like one thing in chat. People were all, look at this guy with these fake biceps. Have you ever seen the documentary, The Man Who Exploded? What's it called? The Man Who Exploded? basically they get these
This
injections.
oil-infused man attempted to fight a real MMA fighter, and what happened next was truly shocking. At the age of 20, Kirill Terashin was just an average guy, eating 6 times a day and working out regularly. However, after 2.5 years, he was dissatisfied with his physique.
So they get these injections in their biceps and in their muscles that blows up their muscles. And there's a documentary made about a guy who was doing this, and then one day his arms popped. One of his arms popped, and it just started gushing liquid. And he's sitting in his bathroom squeezing liquid out of his bicep for like 4 hours. They show home video of they go in the bathroom, and then it says 4 hours later he's still doing it. And there's paper towels, there's rags covered in. It's like a giant pimple. Like he squeezed out a giant abscess or a pimple. It's gross. It was gross. It's a gross documentary. It's gross. But the point is, don't do steroids. Don't do GHB. Don't inject these fake muscles into yourself and any of these oils. Not good. Don't do it. But anyway, his arm popped and he squeezed it all out. Bibby, come on. I have a sensitive. Now I'm thinking about the damn smell. What the? Anyway. Stop. Everybody's throwing up. Everybody in the stream is throwing up right now. Gets worse. They shared the same name. I mean, I was doing it to myself, Bibby, but then you mentioned the smell. That really got me. Oh, Lord. But yeah, that's what this guy's doing. His arm is going to explode.
In an attempt to enhance his appearance, he injected his biceps and triceps with a mixture of vegetable oil and Vaseline.
What the fuck? Now, I don't know if that's true. I know that there is something they inject into you, and then you use GHB to recover, but vegetable oil and Vaseline? What the? What's up, Floor? No. Nope, Floor. Nope. Discord, when I'm doing a show like this, is for debates, strong disagreements and debates, or serious questions. Q&A. Q&A, debate. If you disagree, you want to argue with me about something, I'll open the Discord. If you want to ask a question, an important question, I'll open the Discord. But we're not just going to open the Discord and just have little lovey-dovey talk on the internet. Oh, she's telling me to open the Discord because of Andrea Botes. Listen, you can't get mad at me. You can't get mad at me. You said Ben Shapiro is hot. He very attractive. He is a smart man. You say that stuff all the time. So I'm allowed to say that Andrea Botes is smart and hot. Okay? Okay. Okay. And she's rich. Okay, we get it.
Damn, that shit clap or nah. What's up? Shit.
What the fuck? Why is all gym stuff? It's nothing but gym stuff. Oh, because I clicked on a gym video. So if you click on like a gym thing, then you'll get a bunch of gym things. Fuentes. I don't think I'm allowed to play Fuentes. I've been getting a lot of Fuentes on my YouTube feed lately. The Groypers are pumping him up. They make like, it'll always be the same debates and the same videos over and over again, but they'll just keep uploading them and make a new account and upload them, and they all get taken down. But I don't think I've seen this one yet. I can't play it. I can't play it, though. I'm not allowed to play it on YouTube. I was watching Destiny Fuentes on the Kill stream from 5 years ago last night at work. That was a good stream. It was a good stream. Go. There's a new Eminem song. I wonder if it's good. Look, this guy's got a reaction video. So how come you can make an 8-minute, 40-second reaction video from a 2.5-minute song? That means you only added 5 minutes of original content to it. I'm sure there's an intro. I'm sure there's a sponsorship. I'm sure there's an outro. Really, he only added like 3 minutes of original content to the song. And the song is 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So, and this has, well, it only has 751 views. So this might be flying under the radar. But like, how do you not get, how is that profitable? How is that a business plan? You know? Josh, tell chat what happened yesterday with the kitty lady. Okay. Ben Shapiro is hot. Ben Shapiro is not hot. He looks like a little weasel. I don't really judge men like that. But if I were a woman, I would not be attracted to Ben Shapiro. Antichrist wants Trinitarian to blaspheme Holy Trinity on my channel as a sign of respect. What is this?
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Antichrists want Trinitarian to blaspheme the Holy Trinity on my channel as a sign of respect to them. Okay, you guys want to hear the story? Listen to this story. You like that weasel? That's not how you spell weasel, but okay. Ben Shapiro is 4'10". That's what I told her. We were having a discussion. It was kind of a gay discussion because I was like, she's like, Destiny looks so unhealthy and blah, blah, blah. I said, I thought you were like attracted to intelligence and fast talking smart guys. And you like Ben Shapiro, but you don't have any sort of attraction to Destiny. And she's like, no, he looked depressed. He looks sad. He don't look very happy with his life. He looks like he's going to off himself. And I was like, good point. Good point. But I think Destiny is like 6 foot tall and he goes to the gym frequently. You know, he looks weaselly, but he's put on weight compared to Ben Shapiro, who's like, I was like, I would figure you would be more attracted to Destiny. And she's like, no, he looked like he's going to kill himself. It's like, okay, good point. Good point. You got me there. But okay, here's the story. All right, check this story out. So I was walking Echo yesterday, and we walked by these apartments on the way to the gas station. And this lady, I'm sitting there, and he's pooping, or he's looking for a spot to poop. And she comes out, and I'm thinking, okay, she's going to smoke a cigarette and maybe sit down, maybe say hi. I'm weird. I'm like socially weird in public. Like, I'm kind of antisocial. I don't want to like talk to people and meet people and stuff like that. I just don't like people, unless they're on the internet, nameless, faceless accounts. But anyway, so she's walking up. I'm like, okay, am I going to have to say hi to this lady? No, it was worse than that. She came up real close. She walked up like a foot away from me. She got real close to me and kind of like leaned into me and like looked at Echo and looked at me. And she's like, yeah, I call that the poop mountain. And I was like, what? She said, this is where all the dogs poop. I call it the poop mountain. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, haha. I'm nice. I'm not mean. I'm not rude. But I am kind of, I'll give you the hints that like, okay, I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to walk away now. But so I smiled. I said, ha, 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 ha. Funny. Okay. And then she said, and then I'm starting to try to walk away. So I'm kind of trying to pull Echo. Let's go, Echo. Come on, Echo. Let's go. Have a good day, man. Bye. Echo decides, and Echo usually is like me. He doesn't go up and address people. People will be like, hey, puppy, can I pet your dog? And I'll be like, sure. And he'll just walk by him. Won't even look at him. And I'm like, oh, guess he doesn't want to talk to you. But yesterday, Echo decided to be sociable. So Echo walks right up to this lady and starts sniffing her vigorously. And he doesn't usually do that to people. He's usually He's just like me. He's standoffish. He doesn't want to talk to you. He just wants to be on his way and do what he's got to do. But he walks up to this lady and starts sniffing her all up and down. And she's like, "Ooh, he must smell my cat." And I was like I think I don't know if I giggled or what, but because it was kind of funny because he's sniffing her and she says, "Ooh, I think he smells my cat." And so I kind of laughed at that. And then she like stops and stands up and looks at me and she's like, "No, I have a naked," what'd she say? She said, "I have a naked pussy with no tail upstairs." She said, "Up in my apartment, I have a naked pussy with no tail." And I said, "What?" "What the hell did you just say to me?" She said, "I have a naked pussy with no tail upstairs." She said, "I think he smells my cat." And I giggled. And she said, No, I have a naked pussy with no tail upstairs." And I was like, "Whoa, is that a pickup line? Are you trying to get me back into your apartment right now? Is that a pickup line?" Because that sounds like, if I was a woman, that's the type of pickup line I would use. She said, "I have a naked pussy with no tail upstairs." So I guess maybe she means she had a hairless cat that lost its tail. But it sounded like this old cougar was trying to get me back up to her apartment. She said, "I have a naked pussy with no tail upstairs." And she looked at me like, you want to see my naked pussy with no tail? It better not have a tail." I kept telling Josh to put me on speaker. Did she start telling you prices? No, that's a true. And Flora was on the phone with me, and Freddie was on the phone too. We're in a group chat talking, and I have an earpiece in, so I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to this lady, and they can hear what she's saying in the background. And then finally, I started walking away, and she started following me, but she dropped her cigarette, and I was like, "Oh, you dropped your cigarette." And she bent down to pick it up, and I dipped. I got out of there. But then I walked a few feet, and the whole time Flora's like, "What is that? What was that? What was that?" And then finally I'm like away, and I'm like, "Did you guys just hear that?" Flora's like, "Yeah, what the hell was that?" "What the hell did she just say to you?" I said, "She told me she had a naked pussy with no tail upstairs." Like she was trying to. You never read Bukowski? Bukowski? Is this a joke? Is this like a Deenda or a Candace or a quote unquote She said, "I have a naked what'd she say? I have a naked pussy with no tail upstairs," which is very descriptive for a cat. But she was definitely trying to get that younger D. Yeah, she was flirting. And I told Floor later. Floor was getting pissed at some point because I was laughing. For like an hour, I was laughing at that. And she's like, "Okay, it's not funny anymore. She was flirting with you. Stop it. It's not funny." And I'm like, "Floor, that if that was a pickup line, that was the best pickup line from a woman that I've ever heard." I'm on Top Chat again. You never read Bukowski? Dash on Top Chat again. $15 for you. $10 for the dog. $20 for the dog. You and the dog. Did she start telling you prices? I was on Top Chat, but I see everything. As opposed to a hairy one with a tail. Exactly. That's what I was like. Yeah. Yeah. Like if you had a like your dog is smelling my cat, and then say, "Yeah, I have a cat upstairs." But nobody gets oddly specific and says, "Oh, I have a long-haired furry cat with a 12-inch tail in my living room right now. If you want to come see it." I don't know. What's up, Nesio? What is this video?
May Christ be with you, to my brothers and sisters in the Lord. Let me give you some background before I play these videos. So this panel on the
I'm
left
not
over
really
here-
interested. I'm not interested in that. Not interested, at least not right now. Father Time. Mike Tyson versus YouTuber Jake Paul builds up to exciting sparring match. When does it happen? Because I'll be streaming during it. I don't want to show it on the stream. Candace Owens on Fresh and Fit is awful. Probably. Fresh and Fit is awful in general. Candace Owens is also somewhat awful sometimes. So I'm not surprised by that. I probably won't be watching that. I did watch H3H3 with Fresh and Fit. I'm not a fan of Ethan Klein from H3H3, but he demolished Fresh and Fit. He really, like, they had no good answers to any of his questions, and he really just he crushed them. Never seen Fresh and Fit. Too many flavor of the week podcasts. Yeah, I agree. I don't like. Sometimes the clips are funny and stuff, but I don't like the dating shows. It's just the same. I don't like whatever because it's like the same thing every episode. It's just, what's your body count? Grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And that's it. Andrew is about to go on Fresh and Fit, is he? Well, he went on whatever 7 times. He did a debate. The other day with a guy named RC. And before the debate started, I kind of agreed with RC's position that Andrew is way better than that, and he should be doing more high-level debates and stuff, and he shouldn't be helping promote this degenerate-ass show that is all about boosting the porn addicts and boosting, like, all those girls that go on whatever. And then on the show, the host claims to be against porn and like this stuff's bad and we're going to call you out and expose you. No, all you're doing is promoting a bunch of hoes. That's all you're doing. And their numbers go up. Their Instagram followers, their Twitter followers, their OnlyFans subscriptions go up when they go on whatever podcast. So you are promoting degeneracy. The majority of your subscriber base who sends you all these super chats, they're all a bunch of porn addicted perverts, and that's why they watch your show. And you promote it. So I agreed with dude's argument against Andrew going on there over and over and over and over and over again. Like, if you go on there 2 or 3 times, I get it. Promote your channel, do your thing. But if you're becoming basically the co-host of the show now, I was like, what are you doing, Andrew? Maybe, but he can do what he want to do. I'm just saying, from my position, I was like, okay, you're doing the whatever thing a little too much, Andrew. You need to. And then the dude debated him, and everybody said Andrew won the debate. I think it was pretty equal. Like, the dude had some good points. Andrew had some good responses, but then Andrew went into ad hom a lot. And you're an idiot, and let's just cuss a whole lot to make our point stronger. So, I don't know. I'm not going to say Andrew lost that debate, but he also didn't win with his usual gusto because I think the dude had a good point. And I think Andrew and everybody else knows that the guy had a good point. But, Andrew was still doing his best to debate it, and, But anyway. And by the way, that's not gossip. This is debate. This is debate review. We're reviewing a debate from a respectable debater. Is it too much to ask? I want to see Hake, Nick, Joel, and Sean go on a podcast with a panel of women. I don't. I don't want to see that at all, to be honest. Anyway. What can we watch? What's a video? We're not even playing Terraria. Not even playing Terraria. Oh, where is the Terraria? Where Where is the Terraria? We have different motivations, Josh. I want to see it bad. Right? You want to see it because it'll be hilarious, probably. I don't want to see it because it's not going to be a good. It's not gonna turn out well. Um. Oh my goodness. Where is the Terraria? Eden's Lost River, searching for the Garden of Eden's Pishon River. That's the Tigris and the Euphrates. Jeezy, The Warning, featuring T.I. Is that a new T.I. and Jeezy song? 2 months ago? What the? I think I've heard it already. There is only one truth. The definitive response on Black Egypt. Ooh. Where's Freddie at? The definitive response on Black Egypt. But it's an hour and 20 minutes long. We don't have time to watch all that. Man shoots wife, then pretends to be a concerned husband. This could be funny. It's only 30 minutes long.
Yo, I cannot believe.
Whoa! Get the nuts out of here!
$24. Look at the shorts I used to wear to the gym.
When a young mother is found,
You search gym shorts one time because you need a new pair of gym shorts, and all of a sudden you got nuts in your advertisements every 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. Hey, Bibby gifted 5 memberships. Shout out, Bibby. DJ on Paul got a membership. Andy got a membership. Chris Dub got a membership. Floor got a membership. Nice. Now you can keep saying, America, fuck yeah. Here to save the motherfucking day, yeah. You can put up Donald Trump saying you're fired. You can put up Joe Biden whenever somebody says something stupid. And I think I got another one too. You're welcome, Floor. Wondering why it is skipping Rome. Rome didn't get one? Dang. See, I could never. I got double pay today? Nice. I don't know. I've tried to figure it out. And I think I'm supposed to. Well, I think you have to have a certain number of members. And once you have a certain number of members, then I get a certain number of members that I can award to people for free every month. But I don't think I can do that yet. But I always thought that the memberships went to people based off of activity on the channel. Like the people who watch the channel the most, the people who are in the chat and active in the chat the most get prioritized for the memberships. But that can't be the case. The reason I say that is because like I always get Crucible memberships. There are people that are there and been watching for a while. They don't get them, but I've been subscribed to Crucible and watching it regularly. Like same with Modern Day Debate. Same. I'm sure if JLP had memberships, I would always get memberships because I'm there and I'm active in the chat. Blah blah blah. But I don't think that's what it is, because if that's the case, Rome would have got one for sure. Rome would get one before. No offense, but before like Chris W and Indy. Indy comes and says hi. Chris says hi. But Rome is way more active in the chat and here regularly and consistently than them. Stubborn One got a membership. He's a mod. I've gotten memberships when I wasn't on stream before. Yeah, that happens too. That's weird. I'll get an email saying you just got a membership. It's always been who was in the chat, to my knowledge. No, because I've gotten some. No, some of those people aren't in the chat. In fact, I think Floor is the only one in chat right now that got one of those memberships. DJ on Paul might be here lurking. Maybe he's busy or something. But it's because you're Mexican.
Found dead in an ordinary suburban home, all eyes turn to the strange behavior of her husband. Police launch an interstate investigation in a bid to find answers, only to discover that the truth is much closer than they think. In fact, every moment of this young couple's lives can be found hidden in their own house, concealed in an elaborate surveillance system that's only now about to give up its secrets.
What we saw was some of the most shocking footage that I've ever seen in my entire law enforcement career.
This is the story of a young woman who thought she had found love, but instead found
a murderer. Okay, I don't want your music in your intro. Just play the dang video. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. Okay. Man shoots wife, then asks concerned.
Every lunch for the past 2 months, I've been eating Huel Instant Meal Cups, and it's changed the game for me. It's as easy as instant ramen, but much, much tastier. Plus, it has all 27 essential vitamins and minerals, as well as 23 grams of protein in each serving. I personally have replaced all my lunches with Huel, and I can honestly say it's made for me. And because it is high in protein, it helps you feel full while also making it easy to portion control and know how many calories you're getting. Plus, they send you a free t-shirt with your first order, and subscribers get 20% off.
Commercial.
I can't recommend it enough.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Before we begin, we would like to send our deepest sympathies to the loved ones of Brandy Solenza, whose life was taken far too soon. It's Saturday, April the 7th, 2018. The Johansson family are...
All right, hold on. We're going to play some Terraria and watch this murderer. He murdered a guy. Let's see what this murderer action's up to. What's up with this murderer? He murdered a guy. He murdered his wife. I think in Terraria, we're just mining. We're just trying to dig my way to hell. It's been windy AF in SoCal. It was windy here. You must be catching the tail end of the windstorm that just went through Utah, because we had like 3 days. It sucked. It was not super cold, but it was so windy that it felt cold. Feels like it's cold. Wind chill factor. It's not cold outside, but it feels like it's cold. That means it's cold. It was frigid. It was frigid cold wind. I hate the ice cutting, that piercing wind. I don't like it. Especially when you're a Florida boy and you're used to just like dead humid air. No movement in the air. Hot, humid, sticky. Then you come to Utah, it's the total opposite. It's fast moving, blast you in your face like icicles hitting you in the eyeballs. You're like walking against it. It's like horrible. Okay. Let's play some Terraria. Watch this video.
We're spending the morning.
No, that's spooky. Spooky faces just popped out at me. Look at the spooky faces. I don't like that stuff. Any good movies? What did I watch? I watched freaking Madeline Webb. Bibby. Did you watch that movie? That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It was so garbage. It was so trash. The acting was bad. The costume design was bad. The special effects was bad. The story was garbage. And also, is that even a real Marvel? I don't even know if I've ever heard of this character in Marvel. Some time-traveling fake Spider-Woman. We already got 8 different Spider-Mans and 20 different Spider-Womans. What do we need this lady for? That movie was garbage. Nah, man, I remember Madam Web on the Spider-Man series in the 90s. It's an easy pass for me. So it was in the comics. I don't even remember that. I was never like a huge comic book nerd guy. I liked video games and Dragon Ball and card games. Pretty much exactly the same as today. I like games, Dragon Ball, and that's pretty much, and I read, and I'm into like philosophy and theology and stuff. So that's my nerd. That's the extent of my nerdism. But I don't know. I don't remember no dang Madam Web. Movie was garbage. Sony trying their best to put forth a Spider-Verse, but they're doing it with C-list characters at best. Morbius, Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter, Venom, right? They did the Venom movies, or the yeah. They have X-Men too, huh? Or did Marvel get X-Men back? Because I heard they're gonna mix X-Men and I think they've already mixed. Sony has Deadpool though, huh? Venom is a good character, but the movie sucked. Exactly. Every Marvel vs. Capcom game that I played, I always loved Venom. I was always either the Resident Evil character, even though they usually sucked. I just loved Resident Evil. So I'd be Jill or Chris, depending on if we're playing 1 or 2. I didn't play a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, or maybe it was 3. Anyway, I would play Jill or Chris, the Resident Evil character. Ooh, Tyrant was in one of them. Sometimes I'd be him. He was a big beater. Or no, Nemesis, not Tyrant. Nemesis was a character you could play in one of the Marvel vs. Capcoms. He had a big old rocket launcher. That was cool. I liked Tyrant. I liked Venom. I liked Spider-Man was good in Marvel vs. Capcom. He was quick, zips around. Phoenix was awesome because Phoenix, when you die, you come back and then you have superpowers. Like you're crazy strong. You can take all 3 characters out. I've seen people who were good Phoenix players, and they would let Phoenix die on purpose, and then they'd wipe out the whole other team as the whatever they call it, the Fire Phoenix or whatever. Disney has X-Men and Deadpool now. Okay. And Disney owns Marvel? I think Disney owns the Marvel universe, right? That weapon's pretty cool. It's magic. It's actually not a weapon. Ow. That's always what happens. I need to get rid of this. Every time I drop down here, I hit this ledge, and then I die. Alright. Do y'all care about this murder? Let's hear about him.
Relaxing in their Palm Coast, Florida home. While 36-year-old Keith sleeps in, 25-year-old Brandy chats to her 6-year-old son Ryland as he eats the cereal she's prepared.
Oh, it's home video. It's home video.
Ryland, friends say, is the center of Brandy's universe. She tells him that later that day they're going to the Flagler County Fair with Brandy's sister. Ryland is over the moon. He tells his mother that he loves her and then skips off to watch TV.
Skips?
A happy family
Why is
life
he skipping?
is what Brandy always dreamed of. She was just 21 when she met her husband Keith in the spring of 2014.
Oh wow, that looks like a winning couple right there. Wow. that looks like the couple of the year from like the trailer park. And I'm white. I'm allowed to make fun of trailer trash. He's got his Ed Hardy shirt on. He's going, rock on, brah. And she's a redhead. You know they're crazy. You got to watch out for them. I bet you her name's Lacey. He's probably said her name already, but she looks like a Lacey. She looks like this Lacey I knew once.
He was 32, a considerable age gap. But Brandy wasn't your typical 21-year-old, already a single mom to Ryland.
Brandy. Brandy is the next best thing to Lacey. If I wouldn't have guessed Lacey, she's totally a Hannah. Oh no, if I hadn't have said Lacey, I think Brandy would have been my second guess. But she's white. I don't know a lot of white Brandies. I do know some white Brandies, and they're always kind of like this girl. Brandy for sure. Yeah, we'll stick with Brandy.
Brandy was looking for a stable relationship with a man who could help her create a loving home for their son. And in Keith, she felt she had found that person. In 2017, the couple got married, and by January of 2018, they had moved into the ranch-style bungalow at 23 Felter Lane, just a short walk from the beautiful beaches of Palm Coast.
You know, even though it's cold, it's so beautiful to be here.
They were just this big, happy family that went out and did family activities, and everything was just amazing.
Activities!
Randy's son, who was not Keith's son, according to Keith, referred to Keith as Daddy.
At 10:30 a.m. on the morning of April the 7th, visitors from a local church stopped by with some reading material. Brandy takes the pamphlets and chats with them at the door. She's friendly and welcoming, as she is with everyone who knows her. After several minutes, she waves them goodbye and heads back inside. Just minutes later comes a call through the Flagler County Sheriff's Department.
Just minutes later comes a call through the Flagler County Sheriff. Flagler, this is Florida. Of course this is Florida. As soon as I see a Florida police vehicle, I know that they're in Florida. Before I see the names, I just see the colors. It triggers an autoimmune response. Felter Lane. For the conspiracy inclined, I read about a MDR, is that medical doctor in Arkansas earlier? An MDR in Arkansas earlier at the Clinton airport. What's an MDR?
It's Brandy's husband, Keith.
Okay, what's going on there?
Not MDR, event. I read about an event in Arkansas earlier at the Clinton airport. A conspiracy event at the airport? Was it aliens? What was it?
I was in the shower. I heard
shower.
gunshots, and I think my wife shot herself. What happened? I was in the shower, and I heard some gunshots. Okay. I think that my wife accidentally shot herself.
You shot her, bro.
Do you see her? Yes. All right. Is she? Where did she shoot herself? Looks like in my bedroom. Where did she shoot herself bodily? I don't know. I can't see it. What do you actually see? She's laying down right next to the bed. Where is she bleeding from anywhere? I don't see it. I don't see blood. Okay. Do you see a gun on the floor or anything?
We'll flip her over.
Yeah, I ain't moving it. What kind of gun? It is a 9mm. Okay, do you see any head wounds? Did she shoot herself or anything in the head? I need somebody to page it out for me. Do you see anything in the head? No.
Reports say the director of the airport was shot in the head during a raid. Hold on, let me. Where can I? What do I search to see? Let me see. Clinton Airport, Arkansas. Let's see. Let's play this while I look for it.
All right. Do you see any? Have you tried waking her up? Do you see any part of her body where she got shot that you can possibly apply pressure? I can't see anything.
The operator tells Keith to begin performing CPR. Keith is flustered and tells the operator that he can't. Clearly finding this strange, the operator persists.
Top exec at Bill and Hillary Clinton Airport in Arkansas shot as federal agents served search warrant 18 hours ago. New York Post. See, New York Post will let me read it, but if I save it for the Monday show, it won't let me read it. It's weird. I don't get it, but that's right here. The executive director of Arkansas Airport, bearing the names of former President Bill Clinton and former First Lady U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. They murdered a guy. Arkansas State Police said the shooting occurred at 6 a.m. local time at a home on Durant's Court, so it didn't even happen at the airport, while the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, ATF was serving a search warrant at the home of Airport Executive Director Brian Malinowski. Wow. Another no-knock raid probably at 4 in the morning to kill somebody who's a whistleblower or a stochastic terrorist. Like the same thing that happened with the guy in Utah that they killed because he made some Facebook posts about Joe Biden. Was shot and treated at the scene before taken to a hospital. Case will be presented to prosecutors who will determine whether deadly force was used consistent within state law. Director of the airport, Hillary and Bill's airport. Huh. Bro, where is Pete Buttigieg on all this? Look at these creatures. Look at these swamp beasts. C-Sal became a member. Hey, shout out C-Sal. What the? Where's my free membership? I know. It's random. It's got to be completely random, but I don't know. Okay, so that's all they have on it. Not a whole lot from New York Post. Fox News Digital has reached out to the ATF, State Police, and Little Rock Police. An airport spokesperson confirmed to Fox News Digital that Malinowski was the airport's executive director. Today's incident saddens us, and we pray for everyone involved. Statement from Airport Commission Chairman Bill Walker said, as the chairman of the Little Rock Municipal Airport Commission, I have named Tom Clark, the airport's deputy executive director, as acting executive director. The airport's day-to-day operations continue as normal. Yeah, which means garbage. It will continue to run like garbage. And we killed the guy who was going to come out and talk about it, just like the Boeing whistleblower. And is mainstream media, other than maybe Fox, going to report on this? Like, the guy that got killed in Utah, you only heard about that in like local Utah news, and it was buried really quick. Yeah, something's wrong. Something's going on. Something is happening here. How's that song go? Stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Asking him why he can't render her assistance. Keith says that his feet are wet and he's afraid he'll slip on the floor and hurt her. He then says that he can't access his wife because she is surrounded by stuff.
Stuff. She's surrounded by stuff. My wife just shot herself. I can't roll her over and see if there's blood. I can't tell you where she shot herself. There's too much stuff in here. They're hoarders.
We just got married, man.
I got you. When did you guys get married?
Last year, but we were going to renew our wedding in 2 months. Please tell me that
Wait.
Officers find the body.
Okay, well, that's how you know he's lying right there. Nobody renews their vows after a year. You got married a year ago, and you're going to renew your vows in 2 months? What? So that's when the suspect is guilty, and they're trying to not seem guilty, they'll often add a bunch of extra details to their story that are unimportant. It's not necessary. So, like, you'll see videos where they pull somebody over, and they're drunk, and the cop will say, do you know why I pulled you over? And they'll start going in this long story about, well, I'm just trying to get home. My house is right there. My brother, he's calling me. He says he's got to do this thing. And my brother, you know, he's been working with the factory for 5 years. He got laid off, and now he's a little stressed out. He's worried. I need to get home to him. We're trying to help him find a new job. You know, he's got electrician skills. He's great with his hands. My brother, he's really cool. He's staying at our house because he got kicked out of his house, and I got to go deal with that right now. They'll tell the cop their whole life story. So that's what that is. That's adding unnecessary details to your story and the key giveaway is when they don't make any sense. Like when you say, we've been married for a year and we're renewing our vows in 2 months. I asked you why you couldn't see the blood. Or I asked you, like, what? DJ on balls here, what's up?
Body of 25-year-old Brandy lying on the floor of the master bedroom, already deceased. A 9mm handgun lies beside her. A quick examination of the body reveals that she had suffered 2 gunshot wounds to the chest. Sitting in his bedroom is Brandy.
Yeah, she suicided herself twice.
6-year-old son, still watching TV. He's unaware that he just lost his mother. Ryland is escorted by police officers out of the house and to one of their vehicles, where a police officer will wait with him until the family members can arrive.
How long were you in the shower, would you say?
Maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I thought it was a
How many
balloon.
shots did you hear?
2.
You heard 2?
And I thought it was a balloon at first. And I ran out there and seen her laying there going, so
This guy's tweaking balls.
I called you guys immediately.
Detectives now move through the house room by room. They find numerous weapons, a 12-gauge Winchester shotgun, a Springfield Armory 6.56 rifle, a 9mm Ruger with magazine, and a .45 caliber Springfield Armory handgun. There is no sign of a violent
They said they found extensive weapons. Dude's got 2 rifles and 2 pistols. Like, it's not an extensive armory, I'm just saying.
altercation that might have taken place. The house appears orderly and generally like the typical family home. There are a couple of things that stand out though. Keith had told the 911 operator that he was in the shower at the time of the shooting, but the floors in both bathrooms are dry, as is Keith's hair.
Yeah.
Well, how long did it take the cops to get there? How long has it been since the 911 call? That's interesting information. He has short hair. It doesn't take that long for the floor and his hair to dry. Not trying to excuse him, but I'm just saying, if they got there in 10 minutes, then that makes sense. If they got there in 30 minutes, that doesn't make sense.
No. So he was in the shower. Yeah.
And there's something else. Someone has wired an elaborate video surveillance system throughout the house and the exterior of the property. Every room inside the home.
Oh yeah, they're
every
tweaking.
square inch
Oh,
of
he's
the property
tweaking.
outside are being monitored.
Oh, he's definitely tweaking. But there's probably one area of the house where there's no cameras, and that's the bubble room.
24 hours a day.
Saw this camera right above your head. I see a couple right in front of you above you. And there's a few, I don't know if they're active inside the house as well, so.
To officers, the setup seems excessive even for the most security conscious of citizens. But in terms of their investigation, it's...
Yes, Rome, exactly. I'm speeding because my dad passed away. And they're like, when did your dad pass away? He died 7 months. Your dad 6 years ago. And then they start, yeah.
Invaluable. But officers are about to be disappointed. Every room in the house has at least one camera, other than the master bedroom.
I told you. It's not because of the sex that's going on in there. It's because of the meth that's going on in there. That's why there's no camera in the bedroom where he shot the woman while they were tweaking.
And when detectives ask Keith for access to the footage, he says he doesn't know where it's stored or how to access it. In the hours that follow, Keith is taken to the station and interviewed. Police...
Bro, you couldn't get a t-shirt? They couldn't let this man get a damn t-shirt? I guess the t-shirts are all probably surrounding the body because there's a lot of stuff, so he couldn't get to it. So all his t-shirts are on the floor around the body of his dead wife. And that's why he couldn't put a shirt on. That's it puts the lotion on its skin room. It puts the lotion, put the lotion in the goddamn basket. It puts the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again. It puts the lotion in the basket, It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion in the goddamn basket.
Police ask him to walk through everything he knows step by step.
I knew that something was wrong, that she had accidentally got shot, when I didn't know where.
Who do you think accidentally shot her?
Twice.
Not me.
Who do you think shot her? Not me. No, I didn't shoot her. It wasn't me. We didn't ask who did not shoot her, dumbass. We asked who shot her. Who do you think shot her? Not me. It wasn't me. Whether it is sex or meth, I don't like the smell very much. Oh, yeah, you know that was a stinky room because there was stuff everywhere. He couldn't get to the body to check where the bullet holes were because there was too much stuff. And he listens to Pink Floyd. And he's an avid Pink Floyd listener. You see the t-shirt? I'm just going to say this, and y'all can hate me if you want to. But Pink Floyd and Tool are overrated. If I want to listen to boring music, maybe it's only good if you're on acid or something. I guess that's why people like it. If you're tripping on acid, I guess Pink Floyd and Tool are like legendary music. But I'd rather listen to some Australian guy playing the didgeridoo, which is often what their music sounds like. It's just like wow, 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 wow. That's Pink Floyd and Tool music. I'd rather just listen to a didgeridoo.
I figured she was trying to, how it looked to me, is she was maybe move them, or trying to move them, or I don't know. I wish you guys would tell me.
As for why she may have shot herself, Keith tells police that he can't rule out the possibility that it was an attempt to end her own life. Overall, though, he feels...
Yeah, not a Pink Floyd fan, and I like several Tool songs, but I agree a bit. 9 Inch Nails now, I don't know what 9 Inch Nails albums sound like. Maybe because I never like hung out with like 9 Inch Nails fans. But Pink Floyd and Tool, yeah, they got some good radio songs. They got some songs that are catchy and good, and I see they got longevity. They're skilled. I get why they're popular. But like a full Pink Floyd album or a full Tool set, my friend would just listen to Tool albums. A roommate that I had at one point, and he did a lot of acid, so I guess that justifies it. But he did a lot of acid, and he would listen to full Tool albums, and I was like, I gotta go for a walk. You know, I gotta go for a walk, bro. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. You can smoke in here, I know, but I gotta go for a walk. Honestly, to be honest, I just can't keep listening to this whole album. I gotta go for a walk. But there's like, if you listen to it in moderation, just the popular songs, I guess, or maybe they got some good hidden gems on the albums that I don't know about. That's very likely. But 9 Inch Nails, I don't know enough of their music. I only know the songs I've heard on the radio, and they seem all right. You wanna be like an animal? Is that 9 Inch Nails? I wanna feel you from the inside. Is that that's not 9 Inch Nails, is it? I think that's 9 Inch Nails. I'm trying to think of. I know like 2 9 Inch Nails songs, but I can only think of the song Opiate from Tool. Lava! Do not fall in the lava. That's all we got to do. If we just don't fall in the lava, what if I build bridges across all the lava pools in hell? That way I don't die from lava. Because I know I haven't played this game for a minute, because last time I played, I was dying a whole lot. I'm not dying from combat. I'm not dying from enemies. I'm dying from lava. Lava is killing me. I'll get attacked and I'll fall in the lava. I already have obsidian. I need to find a gem that grows on the side of lava pools. Do gems grow? I don't know if gems grow. An ore. Like, kind of like this. So this might be it. Problem is, how the hell do I get over there? And I don't even know if that's really what I'm looking for. That could be tin or copper. I can't really tell from looking at it. Somehow I need to get over there. I could drop this water down. Yeah, I think that's a good plan, actually. I think that's a good plan if I drop this water down. Okay, back to the video.
It's pretty certain that it was an accident caused by Brandy mishandling the weapon. Detectives asked Keith about the state of his marriage.
One of the biggest sales ever. 30 beef sticks for just $30.
Damn!
$1 each.
30 beef sticks for $30? You can't go wrong with 30 beef sticks for $30. Ain't that right? Man, I'm not going to be... I was going to pick a random lady in the chat and say her name there. I almost said Floor, but that wouldn't be nice. It's kind of like Floor automatically gets picked on a little extra than the other ladies, just because I actually know Floor. But I was going to say, dang, 30 beef sticks for $30? Ain't that right, Floor? That's a good deal. Or Jalen. Where's Jalen? Jalen would never pass up on 30 beef sticks for $30. Dang. Stepping that body count up.
How would you describe your relationship?
The best one that I've had yet. I mean, she was everything that I wanted her to be.
That was 9 Inch Nails? Okay.
Problems here and there, yeah, of course. But it was, she woke me up, she made breakfast, she had my back, you know? And that's very rare.
Soundgarden in Tahoe 15 years ago was mediocre. Yeah, that...
I've been flirting online, but we'll be. Who cares? You didn't do nothing.
That style of rock never did it for me. I had like a hard rock period, and I can listen to some screamo. I don't really listen to it much anymore. But I can listen to some. I love some Mudvayne and some Slipknot and some Underoath and some old Christian hard rock, some Zayo and some Few Left Standing and like. I like that stuff sometimes, especially when I was younger. Not so much anymore. But and then classic rock. I love 80s music, like Wang Chung and like Get It Burning, Fire in the Twilight. I made Lucas sing that song once. I made him. I made him do it by requesting it, and he sang it. But he didn't know the song, so it wasn't very good. But anyway, Fire in the Twilight from Wang Chung. That's a great song. I liked 80s music for a while. I had an 80s music phase. Yeah. But then once I found rap music in like 7th grade, because my parents really wouldn't. Actually, I found rap music before that. One of my first CDs that I ever got was Bone Thugs and Harmony East 1999 because I told my mom, well, I thought it was true. I thought Bone Thugs and Harmony was a Christian rap group because of Crossroads on the radio, which is edited, and they rap really fast and they mumble, like not really mumble, but they're like, you know. And so my mom didn't understand what they were saying. I was a kid. I didn't understand what they were saying. This is like 1999. This is like 1st or 2nd grade. It was one of the first albums I ever got, a CD. I had Dookie from Green Day. I had Bad Hair Day from Weird Al Yankovic. I had United States Presidents of America. And I think the album was called United States Presidents of America. I think it was a self-titled album. And then I had Bone Thugs and Harmony, East 1999. And because Crossroads was on the radio at the time. And we're Christian. We go to church and all that stuff. I go to Christian school. And we'd be driving to work in the morning and they'd play Crossroads on the radio. See you at the crossroads, crossroads, crossroads. See you at the crossroads. And so my uncle got me that album for Christmas or for my birthday. I think it was my 8th birthday. I got a Sony Discman without this is before anti-skip technology, mind you. This is a big old black Sony Discman that I'm carrying around, like need a carrying case for this thing by itself. And a CD, and you gotta like hold it and stabilize it because it skips. But anyway, I got Sony Discman for I think my 8th birthday. I'm pretty sure because that was a good birthday. I remember that birthday. We had a piñata. We had the friends over. We had a little kiddie pool. People jumping in the kiddie pool, getting the piñata, getting the candy. And then I got a Sony Discman. And I got those 4 CDs. Before that, I had a cassette player and had Crisscross. And I had Lion King book on tape, and I had Thriller from Michael Jackson. That was the only tape cassettes I had, I think. Then I got the Discman, and I got 4 CDs. Anyway, my uncle had got me that album. He knew damn well it wasn't a Christian album, but we told my mom it was Christian rap. And so that was my first introduction to rap. But then I fell away from rap for a long time. And went through church and stuff, I got into the Christian screamo stuff, like Under Oath. And then I came back to rap in like 7th grade. And then I thought I was a gangster. It's not good. Because I think my Bone Thugs and Harmony album was edited. So, even though there's like shots to the double Glock and like Blood Smokers Only and songs like that, it was still edited. So I really wasn't getting the full cuss words of it. But then in 7th grade, this guy named Eminem came along and taught me how to cuss. They say that one song, Butthole Sun. Butthole Sun, here she comes and wash away my pain. Butthole Sun, don't you come in my bum. Butthole Sun, condom. Butthole Sun, don't you come and giving me the AIDS. Butthole Sun, now I'm done wearing diapers in my older days. I messed it up at the end. I started trying to.
But he doesn't show any emotion when he talks of her or
Pause.
the accident that ended her life. To detectives, the story Keith tells makes no sense at all. It's likely near impossible that anyone would shoot themselves twice, either by accident or in an attempt to take their life.
Duh.
That night, police interview Brandy's 6-year-old son, Ryland. While Ryland did not witness the death of his mother, he tells detectives something chilling. He says that regularly he would hear his mother screaming in her bedroom, and it was the same kind of screaming he had heard that morning. Meanwhile, police have learned that surveillance footage from the house is stored at a California-based company called...
Hold on. I wasn't watching the video just now. Were they showing her on camera in the bedroom? Was she smoking a freaking bubble? So there was a child in the house? I don't like that. That makes it different for me. Is that an emotional response? That everything changes? You can go ahead and tweak and kill your wife in your house. I don't care. That's natural selection. But don't be doing it with no kid in the house. Your life should change once you got a child involved. Anyway.
Called Arlo. A warrant is issued to acquire those recordings. On April 9th, 2 days after the shooting, medical examiners perform an autopsy on Brandy. Curiously, a rubber bullet had caused the gunshot wound to the center of her chest. Rubber bullets can cause injury and severe pain, but they are generally used to disable or deter a person and are rarely lethal. The second bullet was to her right breast. That is the one that killed Brandy. The wound had been inflicted from a 9mm bullet, so powerful it had exited her body and struck the nightstand, then penetrated the drywall beside it. Police turned to Keith for answers on why he had rubber bullets in his gun, and his explanation gives police another small glimpse into Keith's
in case I need to shoot this dumb bitch. So that's
strange behavior. He tells them that he has a habit of loading his weapon with 2 non-lethal rounds of rubber bullets, followed by a lethal round. He's been doing that for at least the last 2 years, he says, so that he can use his weapon on an intruder without killing them. Most importantly, the report reveals the approximate distance from which both guns were fired.
That's smart, and I think I've heard that in a rap song before. Or maybe that's stupid, and maybe that's a horrible idea. Because I don't know. It's probably more like in case he gets mad and he ends up shooting his wife.
1 shot had been made from a gun held at close range. The other had been shot from a distance of 3 feet or more. Therefore, Brandy could not have shot herself. The medical examiner rules.
See, that's tin ore. So I figured out how to get down here to this ore, and it's just tin ore. I don't know where the hell I find this hellstone so that I can... where the hell I find the hellstone? I find it in hell. To make the armor I need so I don't get burnt by lava... I really don't even need to do that. Honestly, I could just build a giant bridge in hell and I can fight the flesh wall right now and move on to the next difficulty. This is only the first stage of this game. Pretty much I'm at the final boss. I'm at where I can fight the final boss. There's a couple other side bosses I could fight at this point, but I'm ready for the final boss. But once you beat the final boss, you have to play the game again on hard mode, and all the bosses are different. And it's more better armor, better like equipment. You dig faster. Everything gets like this times 10. Faster, crazier enemies, crazier fights, blah blah blah. Then once you do it again, you have to do it again on the super hard mode, and where it's everything cranked up times 100. So basically, I'm almost a third of the way through this game, which we're on stream 16 of gameplay of just this game. But I do get distracted and I talk a lot. An average game will beat it in 20 to 30 streams. So 16, we're only a third of the way through. Granted that the second and the third run should be faster because my character is going to get stronger and I'm going to learn the game better. So the second and third run should be much faster than this first run. So we could probably wrap it up in 30 streams. But this is the type of game where I'll just let it sit for a while and just be talking. Like Fallout was not like this. Fallout, I had a controller and I'm always doing something. But I find it's easier for me to play computer games with mouse and keyboard because I can click between the chat and the videos and all that stuff much easier. Instead of setting down a controller, typing, clicking, picking up the controller. I got to click on the screen anyway and then start using the controller. So it makes it easier this way. I'm just thinking out loud.
The cause of death officially as homicide. Keith Johansson has just gone from grieving husband to prime suspect.
Yeah, duh. You and Jalen are going to have an album, DJ on Paul? That would be epic. You can take my remix of Black Hole Sun. I just freestyled that.
Before they issue a warrant for his arrest.
We could work on it. We can make it better. We can make a better parody out of that. Unless somebody already did it. And if they did, I've never heard their version before. I was just making that up. But yeah, you guys can make a great album. I will purchase the special edition with the t-shirt. Will you be doing a meet and greet? More like a meet and skeet. Ew! Pause. Oh no. So I went all the way down here and this is just tin ore. This is stupid. I don't need tin ore. I need hellstone. And I don't even know if my pick can mine hellstone. I have a diamond pick. I think it can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. When my favorite train will be from a mile away. Graduate from booze up to Alizé. Yeah, yeah. Right about now. It's about that time. Who's that? 2 Live Crew? No. It's not Two Live Crew. That's Quad City DJs. That's who it is. Romeo the Traveling Merchant has arrived. We have a traveling merchant named Romeo. I was thinking to myself after I was talking to Flora the other night, and I thought of a funny joke. I don't know how I would tell it, and it'd probably be funnier if I told it to her, but maybe if she's listening. But it was something like, the premise is basically we have a bunch of kids and we give them all J names, because my name's Josh. But they have to be names that work in English and Spanish. So it'd be like Juan. Oh man, I had a bunch of them last night. Jose? What's Jose in English? Joseph? We have John, Joseph, Juan, Jose. Joshua is Josue in Spanish. My first son, we could name him Josue. and then after the third boy, when we start having girls, because I think that's how it's supposed to happen. It'd be Juanita and Jessica. Jessica and Juanita. Josefina. Okay, the joke needs work, but it's funny to me. Get out of here, lizard. Freaking lizard thing. No, not Yeez. No, Yeez is not a name. Josiah. Yeez is not a name, bro. What the hell? Yeezy? Yeezy? Yeezy is Spanish for Jeezy. I need to freaking... I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I can watch videos and stuff, but the videos just tell me find Hellstone. Where do you find Hellstone? In hell. Okay, what happens when I go to hell? You die. That's what freaking happens when you go to hell. You fall in the lava and you die! Get out of here, bat! Ah! Like that. You see? You see? So why do you need to go to hell? Well, you need to go to hell so that you can make lava-proof armor. So I have to go to the lava in order to make the lava-proof armor? Doesn't that seem kind of backwards? Doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You'd think, now, people say that on the outskirts of hell, this top layer here, right here, that you can find Hellstone, and that instead of going down into hell, instead of going down into hell, you just stay at the top here, like a G. Because real G's move in silence, like lasagna. Oh, I got hit by a fireball. See, there's no safe. There's no safe harbor. There's no safe place to go. And also, if I kill one of these imps and they fall into the lava, it starts the boss fight with the final boss of the game. These imps that are flying around right here, if I kill one of these and he falls into the lava, which is below him, while I'm traveling through here, it will commence the final boss fight. Because the way you start the final boss fight is you kill one of these voodoo demons and you pick up a voodoo doll. See, he has a voodoo doll hanging from his tail. When you kill him, you pick up the voodoo doll. Then you throw the voodoo doll into the lava, and it starts the battle with the wall of flesh, which is the final boss, which is a side-scrolling fight where basically I'm going to have to build a bridge from one end of the map to the other end of the map through hell. a straight bridge so that I can run continuously. And you start on the far left of the map. You throw the voodoo doll in the lava. The wall starts coming at you, and you just run, and you're shooting while you're running. And you don't have to do the whole map, but you have to do a very long bridge through hell to kill the wall of flesh. That's what I got to do right now. So before I do that, I was going to make the lava gear, but that's turning out to be very annoying. I'm not really focused when I'm playing. I'm like doing other stuff. Maybe I just need to focus and really do it. But anyway. You had an Alex Jones moment. Okay, we got 30 minutes. Let's finish this video. It's only a 30-minute video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to tunnel my way through the top layer of hell. Not going to go all the way into hell. I'm going to tunnel around the top layer of hell. And I'm going to try to find this hellstone. If I can't find this hellstone, then the next time I stream this game, I'm just going to start building. I already did start building a bridge. If I map it up. See, I already got a decent sized bridge right here. And I just got to keep that going. I got to mine out this. Keep this bridge going. Keep this bridge going. I'll mine out these walls in this house. Keep the bridge going. And we're basically in the center of the map. If we take that left, if we take this bridge I've already started, we go left. We have all this map to run through. We start the wall. We start the wall flesh fight here. And we can kill it, I'm sure. We'll find some strong weapons along the way. But that's the plan.
Rest, however, police want to see the surveillance footage from the house. It has taken 3 weeks to arrive after repeated attempts by the company to evade the search warrant. But on April the 27th, they finally accessed the surveillance from 23 Felter Lane. First to view the footage are Detective Nicole Quintetti and Detective Sergeant George Christokopoulos. The footage they have requested is from April the 5th until April the 7th. What they see leaves them speechless.
Oh, man. Like bad. It's only a matter of time.
The footage documents a woman being subjected to severe domestic abuse.
So much. You're going to threaten to kill yourself. Then you're going to spend the rest of your days in an institution. I can throw you there tomorrow.
Look at her legs. Is she wearing... I can't tell. Oh, she has pajama pants on. I was going to say, I thought this was all... I thought she was wearing, like, booty shorts or, like, underwear or something. And I thought this was all scars on her leg. Y'all can't see what I'm clicking on and what I'm looking at. It's tiny. You're still not going to be able to see my clicker. But, yeah, I thought this was all scars up and down her legs, but I think she's wearing some, like, pants. Anyway. She's about to get murked.
You did? No problem.
On April the 5th, the couple spend the evening in the master bedroom where, for about 5 hours, Keith
he's eating a bubble.
Smokes meth from a
yes!
pipe.
I told you. God, I'm so good. I could be a criminal investigator. I swear. I missed my calling, guys. I should have been a criminal psychologist, criminal investigator guy. I should have been a guy interrogating murderers. I missed my calling because I was a criminal. That's why I know so much about these damn criminals. Yo, the feds need to hire me because I know these people. I knew there was meth.
He launches several verbal attacks on his wife.
Yeah, you push a person to either beat or kill you because you're...
He leans into her face and berates her, demeans her, and calls her vile names, and threatens her life while she cowers on the bed.
This is how stupid tweakers are, though. That there's no security camera. Where did they get this camera? I wasn't paying attention for a minute, but there's security cameras all over the house. Freddie said in a comment in a chat, in JLP's chat the other day, tweakers don't like cameras. That's a lie. You don't know tweakers, obviously. Tweakers love cameras. Tweakers love cameras. They love to take them apart and look at them. I'm going to turn this thing into night vision. They'll put cameras everywhere, but they'll have a secret den where they don't have a camera. But who's got the... Did she set this camera up? She might have set this camera up. I don't know how they got this camera because they said there was no camera in the master bedroom earlier. And then I zoned out. I was talking about the game and I wasn't paying attention. Where did this camera come from? She might have set this up with her cell phone or something.
Quietly weeping or staring at the wall. At one point, she curls into a ball. Keith is convinced that Brandy is cheating on him, even if only in her mind. He describes in graphic detail the sadistic violence he would like to carry out on her and how much he would like to kill her.
Just use it. Too many chances, man. Too many. Show a cop these videos. I'd rather be in prison.
So he knows this is being recorded. Is he recording this? What the?
Calling my homies and you both die.
Why?
Sure.
Wow.
I gave up everything on a chance. Somebody.
And see, this is fucked up because she's not even really doing anything. She's just laying there. Is she smoking the tweak too? She probably is. She's probably, I don't know. The women I dealt with, it was the opposite situation. It was me trying to curl up in a ball while they're screaming at me. Like, I'm just trying to be in my head right now, woman.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it here to haunt you. Maybe one day you will.
After more than 5 hours of this, he can be seen reaching up and snatching the camera off the wall. It's the evening of April the 5th. 2 days later, Brandy would be killed in that very spot. Footage from the day that she is killed shows Brandy chatting with Ryland, him saying that he loves her and her saying it back.
I love you.
She got it coming out.
I do.
At 10:33, Keith is seen picking up his jeans from the living room floor and speaking to Brandy in an argumentative tone. A minute later, Brandy reappears, crouches down, and then goes back to the master bedroom. These were the final moments of Brandy's life. It seems too coincidental that they are hidden from the watching eye of a camera. She is killed in the space of just 3 minutes. By 10:37, Keith is on the phone to 911. Could an argument have escalated in such a short period of time? It seems unlikely, and police are about to uncover more evidence of just how cold Keith truly is. From the moment he calls 911, Keith suddenly reappears in the living room. He can be heard telling the 911 operator that he's checking for injuries on Brandy. Instead, he is scrambling around, hiding drugs and drug paraphernalia.
Heard gunshots? My wife shot herself.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hockley from Sandy Hook Promise.
Oh my
I know this is
God,
hard to hear.
Nicole.
It's important.
I don't
The shooter
care.
who murdered
Sandy Hook happened a long time ago, and you guys sued Alex Jones for profiting off of those children's deaths. How much have you guys profited off of those kids' deaths? Sandy Hook Elementary, ban the AR. Sign up now. Demand Congress stop assault weapon sales. How about no?
Okay, are you applying pressure to that wound? No, I can't. Find your
Get an ad blocker, bro. I have ad blocker. I have the free ad blocker, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. What up, Mega Dave?
center like that. I'm wet. I'm sliding on my floor.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Just taking a shower. Okay.
His wife is dying alone in the bedroom, and he is preparing the house for police to ensure he's not facing drug charges.
Wow.
Detectives now feel they have enough evidence to prove in a court of law who was responsible for Brandy's death. 3 weeks after the investigation began, Keith Johansson is arrested and charged with second-degree murder. In the days following Keith's arrest, detectives, along with Assistant State Attorney Jason Lewis and Assistant State Attorney Jennifer Dunton, watched the videos again. The scales of the verbal abuse, physical intimidation, and blatant threats to end her lives moves them to make a bold decision. They decide to prosecute Keith for first-degree murder.
Duh.
It gave a very clear picture that Keith Johansson had it in his mind days before that he was going to kill Brandy Salenza. He said it several times on video that he needed to leave the home so that he wouldn't kill her. She needed to kill herself so that he wouldn't kill her.
I'm gonna kill you and go back to jail.
The state prosecutors believe that when the jury sees Keith remove the camera from the bedroom, how quickly he executes the murder, and his behavior during the 911 call, they will believe that...
Yeah, that's premeditated as fuck. You took the camera. You have cameras everywhere. You took the camera out and murdered her within 3 minutes.
That the murder of his wife Brandy was premeditated. But Keith is about to come up with all new stories as to what really happened
want a
that
torch.
morning.
Give me a torch.
While Keith awaits
Am I out
in
of
the county
torches?
jail, he makes a new confession to police. This time he says he believes it was a neighbor who shot Brandy, the same neighbor who caused him to begin keeping a weapon in his nightstand. This confession is shot down in flames when he's reminded that they have footage from the surveillance cameras that proves no one else entered the house. Several months later, he changes his story again. He tells police and his mother during a phone call from the jail that he believes it was Ryland, Brandy's 6-year-old son, who shot Brandy. The audio from the call is not clear, but the detective in the video explains it.
Investigator Quinn Terry, I know that was a quick call. What was of evidentiary value in that call between the defendant and his mother about what he said?
They were talking about his stepson, and Mr. Johansson says, well, what if he did it? And obviously the mother's response was, he's 6.
Right, okay.
Keith maintains that he never hurt Brandy, that he is innocent. Not one, not even his parents believe him. Perhaps because on top of the
Perhaps because he's a tweaker.
Know Keith's past. Extensive details about his past have not been disclosed, but we know enough to get a good picture. Over the years, Keith had been diagnosed with several different mental illnesses.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. His mental illness is a spiritual illness. He's smoking meth, and he killed his wife. It's not a mental illness. It's a spiritual illness. God, with the blah, 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 blah. This is why I couldn't be a criminal psychologist, because I'd be like, this guy needs God. This person needs God. They don't need no more medications. They got too many medications as it is. We need to take this person off all the drugs, detox them, lock them in a room for a long time, and then we can start talking to them about God and not putting them on more medications once they're clear-headed, once they've been in a dang vest, in a padded room, and if they spit, we'll put a mask on them. And then once they're clear-headed, about a month from now, after we feed them through a IV. And this costs taxpayers a lot of money. So really, I say just banish them. But if we're looking for real solutions here, instead of banishment, if we're trying to rehabilitate people, what we got to do is we got to detox them completely and then bring them to God. Let them meet their brother Christ.
Alone rarely leads to violence, but in Keith's case,
maybe
paranoia and anger issues had collided to...
Maybe his mental illness was loving to smoke meth. That's so true. He had paranoia and anger issues. Paranoia and anger issues, huh? That's why I say if people say, I smoked pot and it made me paranoid, so I didn't like it. Maybe you're just a paranoid person and it just amplified who you were a little bit. Maybe you're just already paranoid. That applies to me as well. I know because I know.
To a disastrous effect. As a teenager, he spent time in juvenile detention. A long-term relationship with methamphetamine had given him the finishing touches to his personality. He was paranoid, jealous, controlling, and someone with a violent temper. By the time Brandy crossed paths with him, Keith had already been charged with domestic violence by a woman who had a daughter with him. She had kept...
Yeah, and let's not take it easy on Brandy here, okay, Brandy? You knew better. You had a child with a man. You're not with that man no more. What happened with that? Your friends, you pick the bad guys. You think he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy. He's cool. He's a tweaker. I don't know. Brandy, you get some of the blame, but she did. We can't really blame Brandy because she did, but you know, maybe don't bring your child around tweakers. Maybe don't be around tweakers, period.
The baby's secret in order to protect herself and the child. In the early days of his relationship with Brandy, Keith had asked her to connect with the woman over Facebook and then ask her who the father of the child was. Brandy did as asked, but the woman became suspicious and blocked her.
Never underestimate the power of kindness. But of course...
Hey, Dungeons and Dragons, I've never played it, but it looks like it might be pretty cool.
Not that of a...
Later, Keith was charged with violating a protective order when he and Brandy were seen waiting in a car at the woman's work and videoing her with their phones. At some point, Keith had found work as a roof contractor, but a supposed back injury led to a settlement that meant he could essentially stop working altogether. His drug use escalated. He became hypervigilant and developed a persecutory delusion that led him to carrying a weapon at all times. And later,
that's way over analysis of being a tweaker. It's just called being a tweaker.
Convinced Brandy to do the same. He forced Brandy to give up her job. Once at Felter Lane, a neighbor had visited the house. Thinking that he had an agenda, Keith began keeping a gun on his nightstand. He began regularly visiting a local shooting range for target practice. And he rigged up a multi-camera setup to enable him to see who was on the property at all times, and when he wasn't home, what his wife was doing. But watching her wasn't enough. He couldn't see what was going on in her mind, and became convinced that she was having fantasies about other men. And despite her never being out of eyeshot, he believed that she was physically cheating on him. In his mind, she likely deserved to die. He certainly never shows any remorse. In the lead up to the trial, Keith makes one last-ditch effort to save himself. He's mentally ill, he claims. He can't remember what occurred on the day of the murder and therefore is unfit to stand trial. By now, Keith has established himself as a compulsive liar, and he is declared competent to stand trial. On October the 26th, 2021, Keith's murder trial began with opening statements by Assistant State Attorney Jennifer Dunton.
I've got to get away from you, or I am going to kill you. You have to tell me when you're masturbating when I'm gone, or I will kill you.
Whoa!
Those were the words of this defendant 2 days before his wife, Brandy Salenza, was found shot and killed in their home, in their master bedroom.
Dang, that's why they call it the master bedroom. uBlock Origin is a good ad blocker for YouTube. I don't know if I trust you, Mega Dave. You might be setting me up. You might be setting me up with some sort of dang virus program. Also, I think that we should watch ads. I think we should let ads play and have ads play because people put a lot of time and effort into their YouTube channels. I think you should watch the whole ad. I think when an ad plays on one of my videos, you should watch the whole thing. If you have ad blocker on, wow. You're paying some capitalist ad blocker company instead of paying the creator, the originator, the guy who made the origins. Speaking of uBlock Origin, how about instead of making them money by installing their Chinese hacking security into your computer, Neo. How about instead you just watch my ads? I get like 2 cents every time. If you let the full ad play, I get like 10 cents, bro. Come on. He may be schizophrenic, and you too. LOL. Don't worry about it. Schizophrenic's not real. I mean, it is real, but it's a spiritual thing. It's not a physical brain thing. And I'm not schizophrenic. No. Nope. I'm definitely one person, and I'm true to my one person. If I love anybody, I love myself. Mega Dave, hello. You been in MIA a few days? No. No, I think I talked to him on like Friday night, and I've only streamed. This is only the second time I've streamed since then. So, or no, I streamed Monday, but I'm making stuff up as I go. Yeah, whatever. That's what you think.
Those threats to kill were captured on their home surveillance system on a camera in their bedroom on April 5th.
Defense attorney Gary Wood then spoke on behalf of Keith.
Ms. Salenza was killed in self-defense, and you're going to hear instruction about what self-defense is and justifiable homicide. It's a very tragic case, and I'll explain.
I think this is an open shut case.
And what evidence you will hear, both through cross-examination of the state.
I'm less interested in the case after seeing all the video. It's kind of an open shut case. The case is not that interesting, but the lead up, the trial, not the case. The trial is not that interesting. It's open and shut.
Witnesses, and from testimony that we'll also provide on our side.
Hey, I would appreciate that, Mega Dave. I would appreciate that. Let the full ad play. I appreciate that.
After 3.5 years of endless lies to police and his parents.
3.5 years it took for this case? I guess it wasn't that much of an open and shut case. That's the bullshit I'm talking about. What happened to right to a fair and speedy trial? What is speedy about 3.5 years on this case?
Keith Johansson now presents the jury with a whole new story. This time, in a voice devoid of any emotion, he explains that he did indeed shoot his wife, but it was in self-defense.
Oh, so the story changes. Wow.
Events, he and Brandy had been smoking meth for 10 days straight. At some point, he had felt sick and stopped, but she continued, finishing the last gram on her own. By this time, she had been awake for several...
This is crazy. This is crazy because I lived in Chowchilla, California with a girl for like a month. And that's a crazy, crazy, crazy story. I might have told bits and pieces of it before, but I've never told the whole Chowchilla story. But let's just say that, well, I'll tell a quick version of it. Quick version. First day I show up in Chowchilla with this girl on a Greyhound to stay at her godfather's apartment. And the first day he busts out a lot of meth. And he breaks up 3 lines, and each line is like a gram line. And that's a big line of meth. Gram line is a big line. Okay, sorry if you guys have done drugs before, but anyway, this image that I see is like Chowchilla. It is like Chowchilla. We were up for 14 days. That was the longest I ever went without sleeping. I went 14 days, and he expected us to snort this. He snorted it. He didn't smoke. He didn't shoot. He snorted. He would snort like 3 grams a day of meth. And he worked like 20 hours a day. And I think he was a mechanic or something like that. He was working on machinery at a yard. Anyway, so he was never there. So we get to stay in his apartment, and he's leaving us large portions of meth. And I was up for 14 days, and by the end, I remember Megan sitting on the couch just like this with a big old knife in her hand, and she was going to stab me. Meanwhile, I'm in the bathroom trying to cut my own hair, looking like a retard, looking so dumb. I looked so dumb. And then I came out, and she's like, "You look like an idiot." She's got a knife in her hand. I'm like, I don't know why she's got the knife in her hand, but we didn't even really argue. We didn't even really talk. We just kind of would play movies, and I would sit and write in my notebook. I'd sit and scribble in my notebook for 20 hours a day, and then she'd do whatever the hell she was doing. I don't know. I was writing raps. I was writing horrible raps that went on and on and on and on for like 10 pages on one rhyme scheme, and scribbles everywhere. Oh, it looks so crazy. I still have those notebooks, and it's interesting to look at them and look at when I'm thinking clearly, and I write a song, or I'm writing. You could call it poetry, whatever you want to call it. When I'm writing stanzas, when I'm writing raps, and it looks nice, and I think about it, and then I write it, and everything looks good. And then versus the meth raps, which is like 20 pages of scribbles. And Megan looked like this chick with a knife in her hand. So, she didn't stab you? No, I didn't get stabbed. I don't even know why she had the knife, though. We weren't even really arguing. It wasn't. Towards the end, we started going crazy, and we would argue about little things and bicker about things. And then finally, she ended up going out robbing places. Because I think after like a week, he stopped giving us as much. And then she had a friend, because she was from that area. She had a friend, and they would go out stealing stuff. And then one day they stole from him. So there was one room in the house we weren't allowed to go to. And it's like, you can stay here. You can sleep on the couch. He's given us stuff, and all he asks is that we help him clean up the house and organize things, which is what tweakers are best at. And her and her friend broke into his room that you're not supposed to go into, and stole some of his son's stuff, like a Pokemon Game Boy, stole some of his son's stuff and went and pawned it. And then they blamed it on me. And I don't need to swear to God. I'm telling the story. You can believe me or not believe me. But even when I was in my most depraved moments, I still had certain things that I was like, nah, you're not supposed to do that. This guy's letting us stay in his house. There's no reason to go in his room. They went in his room and they blamed it on me. He got mad at me. And then one night they go out stealing, and he comes home and he kicks me out. He says, "You got to go." And I waited out front I had 2 totes of stuff, and I waited out front till they got back, and they're like, "Fuck you. You get out of here. You need to leave." And Meg, this is the girl and her friend. And they're like, "You need to leave. You need to go. You need to go." And the cops ended up showing up, and because I'm saying I still have stuff in there. My CD player's in there. My DVDs are in there. I have another tote in there, and he won't let me get in to get it. She won't let me get in to get it. So the cops escorted me into the apartment to get my other tote. I put it all in a shopping cart. Cops told me, "You need to get out of town." And so I started walking to Madeira, California, down the interstate with a shopping cart with 2 giant Rubbermaid totes and a suitcase. And I got like halfway to Madeira, California. Madeira. Which one's near Chowchilla? I don't know. I think it's Madeira. I think it was Madeira, California. Anyway, I was walking from Chowchilla to Madeira with a shopping cart, and then the cops stopped me. They took me to a homeless shelter, and then 2 days later, I was in dang old. Where did I go after that? Des Moines, Illinois. I think I went to Illinois from there. I don't know. I'd have to look into stuff, but I think I went to like Des Moines, Illinois, or some shit. I went to Illinois, or where did I ride the Greyhound to from Chowchilla? It was Chicago. It was when we went to Chicago. We weren't at Chicago yet. We were at it was in Damn, why can't I even think of the country? State. I'm retarded. What am I talking about? I'm zoned out. Yeah. I took a Greyhound out to Chicago area, that state. Illinois. Des Moines, Iowa. Is there a Des Moines, Illinois? I think we went to Independence, Illinois. Maybe it was Des Moines, Iowa, and then we jumped out to Chicago after that. Des Moines, Iowa sounds. I know we were there at some point. Yeah, so I think I took a Greyhound from Chachilla or from Madeira because I was walking to Madeira. Cops picked me up, went to the homeless shelter. That was one of the churches that I went to. I went to a church because when you wake up at the homeless shelter on Sunday, the thing is they can't get you a Greyhound ticket to a new crew until it's Monday. And I got kicked out of there on like a Thursday. And then I tried to get a ticket on Friday. It was too late. They couldn't get me. So basically I had to be homeless in Madeira for 3 days waiting for a Greyhound ticket. So you go from being in a shelter, you go from being in a tweak house for 3 weeks to basically now you're cold turkey, boom, and you're walking with a shopping cart 2 cities away, which is like a 4-hour walk. I walked for like 2 hours, and then the cops picked me up and took me to the shelter in Madeira. And then I went to church the next morning, and it was a cool church. It was a church in a park, and it was all homeless people. And it was black people, and they came out, and they had food. They had barbecue. We had some barbecue. They did a little thing. They sang some songs, and it was all the homeless people from the Madeira shelter in the park there. That was pretty cool. And then, and sure enough, as soon as it was crazy, like I was gonna be fiending, I was gonna be withdrawing, and some potheads like, here, come smoke this blunt after church. And I hit the blunt with him, and then I slept, and it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. And then I was on a different crew after that. But that's the end of the story. That's the end of the story. Most convoluted story of the day, and that's saying something after Hake. It's I don't know. This girl just reminds me of that. Tweaker, murderer. I didn't murder anybody, though. I promise. I gotta go, guys. I can't even finish the video.
Several days straight. He describes to the jury how he heard his name called, only to find himself staring into the barrel of a gun and his wife saying that he was not her husband. She was looking at him but not seeing him, and told him he was made of plastic. Terrified, he grabbed a gun for himself, walked toward her, and tried to disarm her, but she wouldn't drop the gun.
I'll be right back.
So he pulled the trigger.
This.
Oh my goodness.
Is a switch bike. In fact.
Well, I woke up and I went to the living room to retrieve my pants because I was thinking about taking a shower. Then I pretty much was in the bathroom, took off my pants, getting ready to step into the shower, and I heard her say "boo," which is the nickname that she uses for me. So I go out there, and she had a weapon in her hand. She said that I was not her husband and I was plastic, and I had walked forward to her, trying to disarm her, and, well, I had grabbed my gun, the one that was in the box. Okay.
Mechanic?
Yes, correct. Okay. Then I started walking towards her, trying to, say, hey, man, and trying to bark orders and for her to drop it and to disarm her. And then she would not do so. So I got closer and I tried to grab it from her, and she lifted it up, and a round went out of my gun on her. Then she cocked and swung as I'm retreating, and another round I pulled off because she was pointing a loaded weapon at me.
So how many times did you fire the canic?
Twice, sir.
Twice, okay. And where were you at and where was she at when the first shot went off?
We were almost face to face.
Okay.
Because I was trying to reach down and get it.
So using the bed as a reference, where were you at in reference to where were the two of you at in reference to the bed?
Well, how it is, sir, is there's a space, there's a gap between our bed and the wall. And there's a dresser right over here. So we were, man, I wish I had a diagram and I would show you, but so here's the nightstand. She was right here and I was right here.
He also explains that he was wet enough to slip on the floor but did not have wet hair when detectives arrived. He'd literally just stepped into the shower when he heard the gun go off, so he had stepped out before getting his whole body wet. As for the endless lies to both law enforcement and his parents, Keith says he lied to detectives because he was not represented by a lawyer. He also did not want to tarnish his wife's name by telling everyone about her meth use. In other words, he'd allowed himself to violently end her life, but drew the line at sullying her reputation. The state demolished his claim of self-defense. They pointed out the domestic abuse, the endless lies he had already told, that Brandy had been at a neighbor's house the day before and showed no signs of being delusional. The medical examiner testified that the amount of methamphetamine found in Brandy's blood in her toxicology report were nowhere near the levels that would cause someone to lose control of their faculties or become delusional or aggressive. The trial only lasted 4 days. On October the 28th,
I think she was probably doing a little bit and she didn't like it. And he was doing a lot and losing his damn mind, and she was afraid. She was doing just enough to keep her stupid to where she's not going to leave because she's got a nice house. She's got a place for the kid to stay. I'm going to put up with this. I'm going to just do enough meth to make me numb and dumb, and I can just escape into my mind during this insanity. And he's losing his damn mind. Yeah, that's kind of what I saw in that. Because she didn't... Yeah, she wasn't on the level he was on. He was doing a lot.
2021, the jury took just under 3 hours to come to a verdict for Keith Johansson.
Good.
Guilty of first-degree premeditated murder.
We, the jury, find the defendant Keith John Johansson as follows to count 1 of the indictment. Guilty as charged as the crime of first-degree murder.
Oh, you wear a mask? What are you scared of COVID? You murdered your wife, you dumbass. You weren't scared of all
Keith
the men.
Johansson was a man who used control, intimidation, and violence to
Is his name
soothe
Joseph?
his growing paranoia and increasingly loose grip on reality. He kept Brandy where he could watch her and set up his home to facilitate that monitoring of her 24 hours a day. But even that wasn't enough. So he removed the camera from the crime scene, waited for the right opportunity, and then extinguished her life altogether, leaving her beloved son Ryland and her family to suffer the consequences.
Little things were
All right, guys, I gotta go.
big things to her.
The video almost over?
Butterfly, just amazing person all the way around.
3 minutes left. All right, you guys
Had no fear.
Circuit Judge Christopher France sentenced Johansson to life without parole. After the sentencing, Sheriff Staley said, "A young woman and mother lost her life, and a young son has lost his mother because of a moment of rage. Her husband thought that violence was the answer. I hope that he will spend the rest of his life in prison." Ryland is now being raised by his biological father.
Brandy wasn't just my sister. She was my best friend. She was a mother. She was a daughter. She was young. She still had a whole life to go. And he just took her away and nobody was able to say anything.
That's sad. This is the sad part, but it's over. We saw the conclusion. Guy's guilty, obviously. I gotta go. I gotta head out. Hit the like button on your way out. Dean sent me a Cash App. Shout out, Dean. Somebody's Latina and Callie. Somebody sent me. You sent somebody. I think it was Latina and Callie. I don't know. It wasn't your usual name, but somebody sent me a Cash App for Latina and Callie. Dean sent me a Cash App. So shout out, you guys. Thank you for the memberships, Bibby, Seasal. Bibby gifting a bunch of people memberships. When some of the streams go off the rails and get a little too crazy at night, I throw them up on members only. But thanks for all that stuff, guys. Hit the like button on your way out and subscribe. If you like it, tell a friend. If you hate it, tell everybody. What up, Mega Dave? Later, Mega Dave. Seaside, Latina Cali. Producer in the house. Des Moines, Illinois. DeCoin? No, I think it was Des Moines. I think it was Des Moines, Iowa. And then I think we went to Independence, Illinois after that, which is outside of Chicago. I can't remember the exact place. I have it on my map wrote down, but can't remember off the top. Ordered some antique steak knives from eBay in Korea. They stayed in customs for about a month. I was worried I was going to get them, but Arizona finally shipped them to me. Nice. Some knives. Don't stab anybody with them. And kids, don't do meth. The moral of today's story is don't do meth. Kids, don't do meth and don't murder your wife. Okay. All right, guys. God bless. Have a good night. I'm out. Peace.